February 1st, 2025. Noyontara learns from Asserting that Lada mysteriously disappears from the house every night, arousing her suspicion. Troubled by the secrecy, Noyontara decides to observe Lada closely. Later that night, she follows Lada discreetly and discovers her entering a concealed room hidden within the premises. Inside, Noyontara is shocked to find Lada preparing a poisonous concoction, confirming her worst fears about Lada's dangerous intentions. February 2nd, 2026. Before Noyontara can expose Lada's actions to Sergio and reveal the truth about her poison-making, Lada vanishes without a trace. The sudden disappearance deepens Noyontara's frustration and urgency. Realizing that conventional confrontation may not work, Noyontara makes a solemn vow to perform the sacred Manasa Puja on Nag Panchami, believing divine intervention may help protect Sergio and expose Lada's evil. February 3rd, 2026. Once again, Lada disappears before Noyontara can bring Sergio face to face with the truth about her poison-making activities. The repeated escapes leave Noyontara feeling helpless yet resolute. Strengthened by faith, she renews her commitment to perform the Manasa Puja on Nag Panchami, convinced that the ritual is essential to counter Lada's dark influence and safeguard Sergio's life. February 4th, 2026. When Noyontara manages to save Sergio without disrupting the sacred ritual she is performing, Lada feels humiliated and defeated for the first time. Enraged by Noyontara's success, Lada retaliates by plotting to destroy her credibility. She attempts to frame Noyontara for a snake attack, hoping to tarnish her reputation and turn the family against her. February 5th, 2026. Sergio is overcome with regret when he forgets Shali's birthday, leaving him emotionally unsettled. Meanwhile, Noyontara secretly slips out of the house, determined to gather proof of Lada's involvement in bringing the snake. She risks her own safety in the process, knowing that solid evidence is the only way to expose Lada's schemes. February 6th, 2026. Sergio chooses to trust Noyontara and believes that she had no role in procuring the snake. His faith offers her brief relief. However, her continued distractions and secretive behavior disrupt the peaceful celebration of Shali's birthday. Though he still trusts her intentions, Sergio grows increasingly irritated and conflicted by the tension surrounding the event. February 7th, 2026. Sergio once again places his faith in Noyontara, standing by his belief that she was not responsible for the snake incident. Despite this, her anxious state and repeated interruptions prevent him from enjoying Shali's birthday celebration fully. His frustration builds, leaving him emotionally torn between trust and annoyance. February 8th, 2026. Gurudev becomes convinced that Noyontara has conspired against both him and Lada. Blinded by suspicion and manipulation, he refuses to hear her explanations. Believing her to be a threat, Gurudev makes the drastic decision to hold Noyontara captive, escalating the danger she faces. February 9th, 2026. Lada and Gurudev manipulate the narrative, attempting to convince everyone that Noyontara has lost her sanity. They portray her actions as delusions rather than warnings. Gradually influenced by their claims, Sergio begins to doubt Noyontara's mental state, reluctantly considering the possibility that she may no longer be rational. February 10th, 2026. After receiving an ultimatum from Shali, Noyontara realizes that Sergio's life is in immediate danger. Determined to protect him, she decides she is willing to sacrifice herself if necessary. At the same time, she remains firm in her resolve to expose Lada's true nature, refusing to let evil triumph unchallenged. February 11th, 2026 Noyontara receives a divine warning from Lord Krishna, foretelling that Sergio's car will be set on fire. Alarmed, she rushes to prevent the tragedy despite everyone dismissing her claims as madness. Ignoring ridicule and disbelief, she risks everything to save Sergio, guided solely by faith and urgency. February 12, 2026 To rescue Sergio permanently, Noyontara takes a sacred vow to locate the hidden treasure and bring Lada's truth into the open. As she moves forward, the anguished spirits of deceased brides appear before her. They reveal how they were brutally murdered, strengthening her determination and exposing the depth of Lada's crimes. February 13, 2026 Shaken after Shaoli's spirit attacks Noyontara, Sergio seeks professional help from a psychologist, hoping to understand the chaos surrounding them. Noyontara, however, refuses his intervention, believing her experiences are real and purposeful. She remains fully focused on locating the treasure, convinced it holds the key to ending the terror. February 14, 2026 To prove she is not insane, Noyontara asks Sergio for 3 days to demonstrate the truth. During Ganesh Puja, Lord Ganesh appears before her in a divine visitation. His blessing renews her strength and guides her further on her dangerous quest, reinforcing her belief that divine forces are supporting her mission. February 15, 2026 With Ganesh's divine assistance, Noyontara returns to Peri Mahal after being cast out by her family. Though emotionally wounded, she regains her resolve. Almost immediately, she begins her mission to locate the treasure, knowing that it is the only means to bring about Lada's downfall. February 15, 2026 With Ganesh's divine assistance, Noyontara returns to Peri Mahal after being cast out by her family. Though emotionally wounded, she regains her resolve. Almost immediately, she begins her mission to locate the treasure, knowing that it is the only means to bring about Lada's downfall. February 16, 2026 Noyontara enters a hidden tunnel that leads her deep beneath the palace. Inside, she discovers a chamber filled with snakes, ladders, and treacherous paths. Each step forward presents deadly challenges, testing her courage, faith, and endurance as she presses on despite the danger. February 17, 2026 Noyontara encounters Yaksha, the ancestral guardian of the treasure. Commanding snakes and bats, he launches a fierce assault on her. His attack turns her search into a life-threatening ordeal, forcing her to confront fear and supernatural resistance at every step. February 18, 2026 When Noyontara finally presents the treasure to Sergio's family, they perceive it as gold. However, Noyontara alone sees it for what it truly is, a snake. Later, she reveals the devastating truth that Lada is Sergio's aunt and the murderer of his mother, Lolita. February 19, 2026 The family is left horrified when Lada confesses to murdering both Lolita and Shaoli. Her admission confirms Noyontara's warnings. Overcome with remorse, the family offers Noyontara a heartfelt apology, acknowledging the injustice and disbelief she endured. February 20, 2026 Noyontara confronts Shaoli directly and asks her to leave Sergio's life for good. The confrontation enrages Shaoli, who reacts violently, unable to accept rejection or defeat. Her actions signal that the threat is far from over. February 21, 2026 Noyontara grows increasingly paranoid after discovering a crow's feather in the Alpana Gol, sensing dark rituals at play. Meanwhile, Lada searches desperately for a body that Shaoli's spirit can possess, determined to restore her power. February 22, 2026, the wedding festivities between Noyontara and Sergio commence with the Asherwad ceremony. Although rituals proceed, strange weather patterns and unsettling signs cast an ominous shadow over the celebrations, hinting at looming danger. February 23, 2026, as the Dadi Mongol and Haldi rituals begin, Noyontara senses something is terribly wrong. Her fears are confirmed when Shali returns in human form, shocking everyone and disrupting the wedding preparations. February 24, 2026, Sergio applies Haldi to Noyontara before Shali, tactfully saving the ceremony from collapse. His gesture reassures Noyontara and preserves the occasion's dignity. Meanwhile, Sergio secretly plans a surprise for her as their wedding day draws closer. February 25, 2026, Shali makes a dramatic and uninvited appearance during Noyontara and Sergio's wedding. In front of everyone, she claims that Sergio is her husband, throwing the ceremony into chaos and disbelief. February 26, 2026, Noyontara is deeply hurt when Shali clings to Sergio and takes him to the hospital, intensifying her emotional pain. Despite this, Noyontara later attempts to restore normalcy by planning a dinner with Sergio, hoping to reconnect and regain stability. February 27, 2026, determined to uncover the truth, Noyontara decides to visit Shali's family to investigate her past. Meanwhile, Shali deliberately keeps Sergio close to her, attempting to assert control and deepen misunderstandings between him and Noyontara. February 28, 2026, Noyontara carefully observes Shali and Danucci, testing them for signs of human traits. Shali avoids scrutiny and instead asks Sergio to guide her to his room. In response, Noyontara firmly declares Sergio as her rightful spouse, asserting her place and resolve.